home from camp. Welcome home. Meg's been wearing your clothes.
Ah, I big man. How was campaign reunion?
Then soon after Camp Washington football game. But camp was awesome. I got a girlfriend. She's smoking hot. And she has some off-the-chart scary political views, but largely because of the smoking hot thing, we decided to stay together.
My boy has a girlfriend? Oh, Chris, that's amazing.
Good job, Chris. You really impressed your old dick. But what you do is perfect. Hello? Stop. Remember to the police where I am? Stewie. He's all day and now he's Stewie. Oh, shit, here. Whoa. What do you have a treadmill? I took it for the curve. Maybe it's to fly on that. Hey. Is all of the family done? It's all of the family done. It's just a file.
Hey, that Halifax sun finder gonna help with this.
Beep. Looks like I found this gun. I know we have our differences, but stuff like that, man, it's fun.
Enough, Peter. I'm calling a handyman.
Fine. What's in here anyway? The Jarro Peter. It's just that I'm reading.
Peter, how many times do I have to tell you to stop leaving your wet swimsuit at the bottom of the stairs?
I never know when I'll be back in the sprinklers. I gotta be able to grab and go when they start spraying.
You're a...
Here, southwest of Columbiana. This will be pushing over toward Middleton, and then let's go north just a little bit if you don't mind. I appreciate that. Okay, this is somewhere we'll be watching. Okay, don't see anything too significant in there, but again, this is some gusty wind that also extends up toward Youngstown and Boardman tonight with this line of storms moving on through. So right now, no huge signatures that are sounding alarm bells with us in here, but we're watching those closely, Jim.
Alabama, the tornado watch is in effect for hour. Shortly after 11 o'clock, I'm James Spann back at the Weather Center. It's going to be a long night tonight. I'm here with Charles Daniel. We have Brian Peters out in the field. We'll get through this night together, but you can see we have a line of severe storms approaching the Alabama-Mississippi border. And when I go to the watch warning map, Charles, we've got a tornado watch in effect now for a pretty good chunk of north and west Alabama. The tornado watch is in effect for our part of the state until 3 a.m. There's a tornado watch for southwest Alabama until 5 a.m. Over in Mississippi, we had a very dangerous thunderstorm that crossed through Oktibbeha County, Mississippi, and there was great concern for the campus of Mississippi State University in Starkville. The good news is that we can tell you that there is no damage on the immediate campus. Now, there is some damage to the east of the campus. We've had reports of trees down at Aspen Heights. That's a large housing complex off campus, east of Starkville, east of the campus. And again, the extent of the damage there is not known at this point. There is debris on Blackjack Road, which is southeast of Starkville, and vehicles are in the ditch on US 82 east of Starkville. It seems like the tornado came right in through here, just east of the Mississippi State campus. But again, a note from State, they say the crisis action team is assessing possible impacts, but initial assessments, they have no injuries, no visible structural damage, and no significant impacts on normal campus operations. So for the immediate campus, the news is good, but they had quite a scare there about 30 or 45 minutes ago. We have a severe thunderstorm warning now for parts of Lowndes County, but the good news, there are no tornado warnings in effect over here in the northeastern part of Mississippi in the Golden Triangle. We have the one severe thunderstorm warning. We do have a tornado warning down to the south for a thunderstorm. Charles, it's down here in your country down here.
Yes, Lauderdale.
these storms. And again, that is a relative value. Anything over 5 is significant, okay? Anything really over 2 is significant, but if you start seeing these storms, and again, that is a relative value. Anything over 5 is significant, okay? Anything really over 2 is significant, but if you start seeing a VTI that's over 5, that becomes something you have to watch pretty carefully. And again, there's the clear circulation right here. Again, this is the Tombigbee River, and I will say this, the radar beam is pretty high. Whether we see this for Birmingham, Columbus, whatever radar, the beam is going to be several thousand feet off the ground. That's why spotters are absolutely crucial. The only way for us to know what's happening down at ground level, it's basically you and your eyes and your camera. So again, that's the situation there. Want to show something really quick. Let me check it real quick before we do. Yeah, let's take WEXO 5 real quick. I wanted to show, this is that storm, Taylor, that this is a Snapchat video that was taken from Selma.
Wow.
And again, you can clearly see the rotation that is currently well to the north and east of Selma. But again, I'll play this one more time. Again, that is a severe thunderstorm that came through Selma earlier. And that particular thunderstorm is now located up into the northern part of Watauga County. All right, let's go back to WEXO 5, and again, we're going to focus on this storm that is in Greene County. If you're just joining me, this is James Spann with Taylor Serralo. Let me just say that we want to thank our radio partners. We are now on radio in Tuscaloosa. We are on 95.3 The Bear, Alt 107, and 92.9 WTUG. They have helped us so much over the years by getting out a message to mobile folks that are in their cars. So we're here on the radio, and if you're listening to us in the city of Tuscaloosa, this tornado that we're watching on the Tombigbee River that separates Sumter from Greene County will not be affecting the city of Tuscaloosa. This will be passing south of the city of Tuscaloosa. The main concern is going to be the northern part of Hale County. So, and again, we stress Hale County is not under a warning at this point. The warning, it is for the southern half of Greene County. And technically, the polygon does not include the city of Utah. In fact, let me expand this out, Taylor. I want to show Utah and Tuscaloosa to give you an idea for those watching on the television side, and expand this out a little more so we can see Tuscaloosa. So here's your polygon right here. This is the city of Tuscaloosa. This is Greensboro in Hale County. And you can see that polygon warning includes the southern part of Greene County. This does not include Demopolis or Marengo County. This is for southern Greene. And if this thing stays on that same track, and most of these tornadoes today will be steady state, this will be basically over northern Hale County, maybe close to Moundville, but probably between Moundville and Greensboro, and then maybe clipping parts of Bibb or eastern Tuscaloosa counties later. But that's on down the line. We just don't know if it's going to stay intact for a long period of time. But these warnings are issued based on short-term motion here. So the warning we have, a tornado warning for extreme eastern Sumter. In fact, in a matter of minutes, it'll be out of Sumter County. In fact, I would say this thing is over the Tombigbee right now as a water spout. When a tornado crosses a body of water, even a river like the Tombigbee, for a moment, it's a water spout. And that water spout will be moving over into the Greene County side. And again, we're going to be watching that very carefully. But the concern here is US 43. We want no travel on US 43 south of Utah, from Utah all the way down to the King Bridge, north of Demopolis, the William Rufus King Bridge there. So there's your tornado right here. So Taylor, I'm going to let you go on camera for just a second. I want to do a couple of configuration items here, and I'll be right back.
Okay, I will go ahead and I will give us just kind of a quick overview of what we got going on. We're going to go back to reflectivity here. I'm going to take us out to the DMA view. At this point, we've got a lot of thunderstorms north of I-20, so likely hearing thunder, very heavy rain, but nothing severe at this point north of I-20. It's these storms that are farther south where we have that more warm, humid air, where we've got some of those warnings going on at this point. And right now we have two separate tornado warnings to our south that we're watching, one in Watauga County and the one that is crossing over into Greene County at this point. So I'm going to take us back down to this Greene County storm here. This is south of I-20 at this point. So if you live along to the north of I-20, you are not included in this polygon, this storm here that's moving through Greene County. And this is likely going to pass just in between Forkland and Utah, the center of rotation at this point. So it's raining right now in Forkland, and you are in the polygon, so you should be in your safe place and stay there. But if this storm here continues on the same track, it's going to take it near Braggville, High Cut,
I'm sorry, apparently sirens are sounding in Tuscaloosa. I don't know why.
That is, if we take a look over here, we do have some storms, but nothing severe.
Right. It's got to be some kind of malfunction. So if you're listening to us by radio or watching us on television, and if you are hearing a siren in Tuscaloosa, there is no tornado warning. I just want to make that perfectly clear. So I'm sorry, Taylor. Back
No,
to you.
that's okay. And so this, I'll show you here right now what's going on in Tuscaloosa. If you are hearing those sirens, you do have some thunderstorms around you, some showers, but nothing severe at the moment. So that is a mistake in terms of that warning process right now. But as we move farther southward, there is a tornado warning storm moving just to the south of Bowlagene and Allison, and moving in the general direction of Walden Quarters. And if this holds together, it will move towards Wedgeworth and Evansville. I want to put on the velocity here and take a look. And as James mentioned, we're looking really high up in this storm, so it's hard to get a really clear picture of what's going on at the surface. But we are seeing that broad rotation showing up here just to the south of Bowlagene, moving towards Bragville. I'm going to put on some of these skits here. So this can give you a general idea of where you live, and this is including Utah, but at this point, the motion of this storm is taking us a little bit farther due east. So be on guard if you live in Utah, but at this point, you are not in that warning polygon. I did want to show everybody, we haven't done it in a little while, just kind of the overview of the tornado watch and what's going on with that, because many of our counties are included in that tornado watch at this point. So I'm going to take us to that watch here. And we do expect this watch to continue on through 7 p.m., but I want to caution you. You hear that this watch ends at 7 p.m., but this is just the first round of storms. We are expecting another line of thunderstorms that's going to move through overnight that could require either an extension of this watch or a new tornado watch to be issued. So just because this is set to end at 7 p.m., that does not mean that your threat for severe weather ends at 7 p.m. You can see all these counties here covered in the yellow, and that includes almost all of our counties, but at this point, our northeasternmost counties, we've got a little bit more stable air, but we do expect that air to destabilize. So just because you're not included in this tornado watch right now does not mean that you will not see a threat for severe weather. I want to move us down just a little bit farther to the southwest, because I kind of want to show you what's going on. We do have another tornado warning over Choctaw County at this point, and one right across the border in Mississippi. And as you can see here, these clusters of thunderstorms are going to cross over into Alabama. So we've got more thunderstorms on the way. Here is really that overview across the southeast of what we got going on. And this really tells the story in terms of that second round that will be coming later. At this point, we've got thunderstorms developing out ahead of this main line here. And these have the potential to become rotating supercells. And that's why we have seen these tornado warnings at this point. We could also see the possibility of some large hail at some of these storms. But this second line here will arrive later in the evening, overnight, and as that happens, we're still going to see a threat for some more severe weather with that line overnight as well. So that's why we don't want you to let your guard down just because you're seeing some severe weather at this point. There will be a second round later. I want to take us back to the maps here, and we'll take another look at some of those tornado warnings that we have going on. I wanted to show us here this Choctaw County tornado warning
Again, let me
as
address
well.
these sirens. I don't know why they're sounding in Tuscaloosa County. They shouldn't be testing them today, but there is no severe weather in Tuscaloosa County. Again, there is no severe weather in Tuscaloosa County. Why these things are sounding, I have no idea. You're under a tornado watch, absolutely. And all of Alabama has a significant risk of severe storms and tornadoes through late tonight. But again, right now, there is no severe thunderstorm activity in Tuscaloosa County. There is no reason for the sirens to be sounding. And what you see here in Greene County, that particular storm is moving into hail. It's not moving toward Tuscaloosa County. It is not moving toward Tuscaloosa County. So understand, if you're in northern hail, absolutely, you might come under a tornado warning. But the bottom line is, for Tuscaloosa County, this will stay south of you initially. It might clip maybe this far southeastern tip of the county down here below Duncanville. But the city of Tuscaloosa, there's no danger from this. And I just don't know why those sirens are sounding. So let me show an image off WEXO 5 real quick, Taylor. This is going to be what that storm looks like in Autauga County. Whoops, let me get back on the screen here. That's a very significant tornado, and that apparently is what's that passed north of Highway 14. That's what's coming up through Watauga County right now. So let's go back to the radar. And again, we're bouncing back and forth between these various thunderstorms. This is the circulation you saw right here that's crossing over US 82. And again, the circulation is going to be passing just to the south of Billingsley. By Billingsley, I'm talking about the town itself, the Baptist church, the school here. And here's your new tornado warning just issued. This is going to be for northern Watauga and for southern Chilton. So we have a tornado warning in effect now for southern Chilton County and for northern Watauga County and also for a corner of Elmore County. So in Chilton County, you can see Clanton is right here, and we're going to be looking at that Clanton Skycam, Taylor. I want to point it down to the south from there. This is Interstate 65, and Interstate 65 and US 31, they're clearly in this polygon. Town of Marbury is right here. You got Boone's Chapel, which is right here. Again, Clanton here, Verbena is located right here. So downtown Clanton technically is not in the polygon, but if you're just south of downtown Clanton, like Peach Park, you are in the polygon. That's how close it is to Clanton. And if you're in this polygon warning, now is the time to go to your tornado safe place. Small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. You put on a helmet, and you will not want to be in a mobile home or trailer. You've got to go to a shelter right now. Go to any site-built structure, okay? So again, this is a look at the approximate arrival times back here. And again, you can pick out your hometown. And again, these are approximate times. We've got Marbury at 1:45. We've got Mountain Creek at 1:45. Wadsworth at 1:47. Cooper 1:44. These are all communities south of Clanton, down in the southern part of Chilton, the northern part of the Watauga counties. And Taylor's drawing that polygon based on the current tornado location. The current location of the tornado is maybe about 1 mile south of Billingsley School in Watauga County, and that's moving northeast, and that will be crossing Highway 65. So nobody should be driving now along Interstate 65 from Clanton down to Pine Level. Nobody along Interstate 65, nobody along US 31 from Clanton down to Pine Level. That's the deal there. So this is the new tornado warning in effect for southern Chilton, northern Watauga. Let's go back to our storm that is in Greene County in West Alabama. The way we do it, we bounce back and forth between the storms. We work them equally. We've got 2 counties in our TV market now under warnings. Let's go to the reflectivity product, kind of look at a broad view of this thing. And again, the structure maybe is not as good as it was maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago, but we can say now for Sumter County, the danger is ended there. The tornado is crossed over into Greene County, and that's going to be crossing over Highway 43 about maybe 5 to 10 miles south of Utah, down toward Forkland. And from there, we'll see how it behaves. The next boundary is the Warrior River right here. This is the boundary between Greene and Hale counties. But again, a possible tornado that's located to the east of the Tombigbee that'll be crossing over US 43 near or just north of Forkland, and then crossing over the Warrior into Hale County. The warning is for Greene at this point, but that's the warning in West Alabama, Taylor.
And James, we are getting confirmations from emergency managers that there is a tornado on the ground currently in Watauga County.
And again, let's take WEX 05 real quick, and I'll show it to you. This is what that tornado looks like. Again, that is coming through north of Otaugaville, and that is what is moving up in the direction of southern Chilton County. That's the reason there's a tornado warning in effect now for northern Watauga and southern Chilton. So we'll go back to the graphics. Taylor, back over to you.
Okay, so I wanted to zoom us back down and show us, because within the last couple of scans here, we are getting a better, more clear picture of where exactly that rotation is and that tornado likely is on the ground. We have reports that it just crossed over 82, and just to the south of Billingsley, where we have these reds and greens lining up here, that is where we are looking at that rotation really evident here in the velocity here. So this is going to continue moving northeastward, and it's going to be moving towards Enterprise, Verbena, Midway, Cooper, White City, New Prospect. If you know any of these cities, if you live in one of these cities, around these cities, you are included in that polygon, and that does mean that you need to be sheltered in that safe place. You've been making your plan the last couple of days. Well, now's that time that you need to be putting that plan into action. So this will eventually be crossing over into southern Chilton County. So as we zoom down, I want to show you some of these roads. Watauga County Road number 19, County Road 49, 53. A lot of these are county roads, but Big Springs Church Road, that is very close to where the center of circulation is, and it's going to continue moving northeast. I'm getting a more clear picture of that rotation sometimes here on this on the reflectivity as compared to the velocity, but you can see right here is where we have that pretty clear hook of that rotation there. I want to try the correlation coefficient because we have received reports of that tornado being on the ground. And as you can see, when we're looking at this debris tracker here, this is giving us a picture of the different items that are up in the atmosphere, their shapes, their sizes. And you have a lot of items in the atmosphere that are the same size, you get the pink colors, but right here where we're starting to see that yellow develop could indicate that we have lofted debris, different items of different shapes and sizes that have been picked up from what is likely a tornado on the ground. So I'm going to switch between this radar here to the Montgomery radar and see if we can kind of get a better picture. This here is not a super clear indication of a debris signature. This could just be some noise, but no, we have confirmation that there has been a tornado on the ground in the recent past with this system here. So everybody included in that tornado warning needs to be taking this very seriously. So it will be crossing over into Chilton County here pretty soon. I do want to take us back to that Greene County storm and see if we can see where exactly that rotation is at this point. Looks like it's showing up near Bradville, but I do want to put back on that reflectivity here to get a more clear picture. A lot of heavy rain right now in Boligy, but I'm showing the indications of where that rotation could be near Bradville and High Cut, not necessarily in Boligy, and you're not necessarily included in that tornado warning. This is going to continue moving northeastward here at about 30 miles per hour. I want to put some of those storm tracks on here. And this skit, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to draw my own storm track for you. This is going to be from the center of rotation. So it might be raining, it might be loud at your house at this point. You should be in your safe place if you're included in that polygon anyway. But if this continues on the same track it's on right now, this would put this system near Utah at 147. So you've got a couple of minutes here. You're not necessarily under a tornado warning yet, but you could be in the near future. So that means you need to get things prepared just in case we do see that tornado warning issued here pretty soon. It'll also be moving towards Wedgeworth by about 1:54 p.m. And I want to remind you, these are very approximate times. Don't necessarily look at the exact minute, but I would like to give you kind of an idea here of how quickly the system's moving and when it will arrive where you live. Also on the same path would take this system if it holds together towards Akron, and then eventually if it still holds together farther from that in Moundville. But we're going to have to continuously watch this system. We do have that potential for long track storms today. And just north of this, I want to point out we've got some very heavy rain, likely some hail falling across parts of Pickens County, just south of Aliceville, and then through portions of Greene County near Ridge, also Fair Oaks and Clark. So you can see these pinks here, that's indicating to me some very heavy rain and likely some small hail falling. There is not a severe thunderstorm warning for this at this point, but we'll be monitoring that because we are starting to see those indications a little bit strengthening with that storm and the potential for some hail. Let's move over to Tuscaloosa County because that is where we have heard that those sirens have been going off. I want to remind you at this point, we do not have any severe weather in the city of Tuscaloosa or in Tuscaloosa County. You've got some heavy rain, likely some thunder, some lightning, but we do not have a severe warning in Tuscaloosa at this point. So if you're hearing those sirens, just know that there is not a severe warning for you at this point. And as we look towards downtown Birmingham, we were dealing with that really heavy rainfall that caused some flooding, but that has since moved off to the north. Moving through Trussville, about to cross over into St. Clair County. And we do not have any other warnings across the area at this point. We're dealing with 2 tornado warnings, which I want to go back down to and focus on. One that does include portions of Chilton County in our area.
I'm sorry, Taylor, I want to go to WEXO 5 real quick, if we can. WEXO 5, all right, so this is the tornado crossing US 82. This is in Autauga County, and again, you can clearly see that. That is rapid rotation. That is a tornado. That is the storm that is in northern Autauga County along US 82, a little south of Billingsley. That's excellent video there from Josh Pate, just south of Autauga County Road 187. Again, let me re-rack this, and we're going to watch this together. This is the tornado this is why we don't want anybody out there driving on US 82, and hopefully people were not on the road at this point. This was taken a short time ago, a little south of Billingsley near Autauga County Road 187. And again, that is the reason we have a tornado warning in effect now for northern Autauga County, and for southern Chilton County. And again, you can see a pretty rapid rotation. I can't detect debris with this, but I would imagine it's down. We don't have the condensation funnel all the way down. That looks like a multiple vortex tornado crossing 82. And remember, down here in Alabama, this is about the best shot you're going to see right there with all of those trees. So that is the tornado that is now moving into southern Chilton, northern Autauga. So let's go back to the graphics, and let's go to the Skycam if we can. The Clanton Skycam. Let's put it set. That's looking west. We'll go south and point it up and get a little wider view of the sky. Probably need to zoom out just a little bit if we can. Again, I don't think we're going to see much. That's the Clanton City Hall down below. Let's tilt up and get more of a sky view. And maybe go back a little to the right. This is going to be looking into southern parts of Chilton County in that tornado-warned storm that is coming through the southern part of the county. And again, a lot of these are going to be rain-wrapped today. We can't see a lot, but I just wanted to show that real quick. So let's go back to the radar with me behind it. Again, we're looking down into this zone right here. The video you saw was from US 82, which is right here. All right, that's this tornado crossed over Highway 82. Tornadic circulation, maybe a half mile east of Billingsley. And again, when you see the word Billingsley, that's pretty much where the school is located. That's kind of the heart of the town of Billingsley. And that tornadic circulation is going to be coming up pretty close to the county line here. From Billingsley, County Road 37 goes up to Alabama 22 up toward Fairview. This is the town of Enterprise in southern Chilton County, and obviously people should be sheltered. There's a good shelter, by the way, a tornado shelter in the community of Enterprise. But people should be sheltered right now. And again, nobody should be driving along Interstate 65 south of Clanton, north of Pine Level. All right, nobody. Same thing for US Highway 31. We don't want you out there. It's a very fortunate situation that you saw the tornado crossing over US Highway 82 that we did not have any, to my knowledge, didn't have anybody injured or no damage at that point. So let's go back to our Greene County storm, if we can, Taylor. And again, we've got 2 tornado warnings we're working today. We're going to bounce back and forth between the 2. This is the second one. And again, this circulation looks awfully broad here. And again, that's a little tighter. And I take that back. That's you must have been looking at the Montgomery radar.
That was, yeah, I was trying to look at that other.
Maxwell Air Force Base. So this is a lower view of this storm. And again, evidence of tornadic circulation right now getting close to Highway 43. This will be crossing US 43 between Utah and Forkland. So again, the call to action here for Greene County. Nobody should be along US 43 from Utah down to, let's just say, Demopolis. Let's just make that whole stretch. It's about a 20-mile stretch right there. Nobody should be on 43, US 43 from Utah down to Demopolis. And again, that tornadic circulation is going to be crossing Highway 43 north of Forkland, south of Utah. Quite frankly, it's pretty broad. And I've heard of no reports of damage from this one. Taylor, have you?
No, not yet. I've been monitoring our different chat sites. I've been monitoring social media. At this point, I have not heard of any damage from this tornado warning.
Right, and understand that a lot of the tornadoes we've been seeing today, they're over a sparsely populated area, which means we're not going to, a lot of folks aren't going to be able to see it. There's not a lot of folks that live there, and even if they do live there, because of all of the trees and other things that we've got in the way, you're just not going to be able to see a lot of that today. But again, we clearly saw that tornadic circulation crossing over US Highway 82. But the message here for Greene County, it's very clear. We want you to be in a safe place in southern Greene County from Utah south for about the next 15 minutes. And if you're in Hale County, keep a close eye on this thing. Wedgeworth, Sawyerville, Akron, Moundville. This thing is going to be crossing over the Warrior.